Previously on He Who Forsakes the Crown.
Allow me to take your place.
Kuro was taken by Kilahara.
If you don't bring Kuro back, don't come back.
I did it.
I just wanted honesty.
But Jacob...
I don't want Jacob. I want to be with you.
With me?
I'm the hero. I'm going to win.
Don't ever come near me again.
The following story contains adult themes and depictions of violence and trauma. This podcast is not for children. Please be advised. There we go. I thought these would fade after a few years. What a nightmare.
Tell me about it.
You didn't have to endure it.
I've been in your body for a while.
Maybe the physical aspect, but not the mental one.
What's the difference?
I may have been hit, but I have to deal with the fact that my father scarred me.
Isn't he awful, though?
He is.
Why does it matter?
The same blood runs through our body. He raised me. It's an odd morning, especially with the events that took place the other day. She came back for me. I'm eternally grateful that she chose to believe me, but still, I feel a pit in my stomach. Why? Shouldn't I be happy? It's what I wanted, right? To feel her loving embrace, to melt into her warmth, to see that shine in her eyes. I've never experienced pain like that before. How could a few words hurt and stick like that? I can't imagine how my words could have hurt her.
Have you seen?
Seen what?
The mercenaries came back today.
They were gone?
For the past couple of days, they were.
Yeah, they haven't been roaming the halls lately.
I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's because you were... Oh.
Wait, what?
Lady Anne, you rascal, what were you doing?
A lady has her secrets.
Cynthia, you let it out. You had to tell us.
Well... Lady Anne practically has an entire harem following her.
Absolutely not!
She's right! I've seen Jacob and that strange man oogling at you from afar.
Strange man?
Dark hair, dark eyes, charming, handsome.
I don't think I know anyone like that.
You don't know the man you traveled around town with?
Oh. Jason?
So you do know his name?
Yeah, but he's odd.
Why is that? With a face like that, I'd be all over him.
He's irritating.
Maybe he's just playing around?
He doesn't take no for an answer.
Oh. Ew.
Ugh. Yeah, that's disgusting.
Agreed.
So, what about Jacob?
Yeah.
The both of you used to be so close.
He bothers me too.
Lady Anne, come on, you're surrounded by all these attractive men. There's bound to be someone here that you'd want to settle down with. Oh, so there is.
What? No!
Let's go through the list. I want to figure out who it is.
Captain,
Your Highness.
you're late.
Yes, sire.
By 3 days.
I understand. Please pursue with any punishment you're willing to give me. Please, just spare the others.
Go get them to the infirmary. They need medical attention.
Of course, Your Highness.
Send Jacob. I need to talk to you.
At ease, Wyndham. Take everyone to the infirmary. They need medical attention. Your Highness? You said that you wanted to talk?
Right.
Sire? Your Highness, is something the matter?
What's the damage?
The damage?
On our people. Everyone looked roughed up. That's why I sent them to the infirmary.
It's been a rough few days.
Then enlighten me.
We were able to recapture Kuro, and we were ambushed once more.
Ambushed?
They found Rouge first, and came for us second.
How did you manage to keep everyone alive?
Sire?
If both groups were ambushed, how wasn't anyone taken?
I can't say much for Rouge, but for Break.
For Break?
The Remnant.
What about it?
I was able to tap into it.
So, you single-handedly fought off every ambushee from Break.
I believe that me tapping into the Remnant caused a chain reaction.
Who else?
Aurelia, Kuro, and Surin.
Kuro still had his armor?
Yes, Your Highness.
What about his weapon?
I didn't see it with him.
Good. I'd rather have a slight financial loss than losing something of importance.
Of course. I'll find a replacement.
There's no need. I'll handle it.
Yes, Your Highness.
How is he?
Kuro?
Yes.
He's not faring well. He refuses to be anywhere near water.
I see. That could be problematic.
Yes. I'll have to work with him on it.
It was the cage, wasn't it?
Yes, Your Highness.
Bastards. I see how they want to play.
Your Highness, Catalina was also injured on the trip.
How so?
I don't understand why, but the prince is so calm. It's making me uncomfortable. Is he going to punish me? Will I be humiliated? She was stabbed in the chest. Surin was able to partially heal her.
That's good.
Your Royal Highness?
Captain?
Is something bothering you?
Yes, but it's not worth talking about.
I don't mind listening.
Do you ever think that things are doing too well?
Too well?
Things are going too well. Everything's right in the world, but I feel this impending sense of doom.
Maybe things are starting to look up for you.
Maybe they are. Maybe they are. Captain, no matter what happens to me, protect Rilliane.
If you don't mind me asking, is everything all right between the two of you?
Yes. We couldn't be better. I just feel a storm coming. And I don't want her stuck in the crossfire. Not if I can help it.
I will do my best to protect her.
Good.
Something about that is unnerving. Nothing is going to happen, is it?
Rilliane?
Hmm?
I'm feeling a bit under the weather.
You're sick? Do I need to call a doctor?
Not that kind of sick.
Then what's upsetting you?
I've just been feeling a bit nostalgic recently.
Is there something you're missing?
I guess you could say so?
Is it a person?
No. I have who I need right here.
Is it a place?
It's a feeling.
Then where do you think this feeling is coming from?
Perhaps I should get out more.
Get out more?
Like, going into the city.
Then why don't you go out more?
The city isn't the safest place for someone like me. It hasn't been for years.
Then why not travel somewhere else?
I have things that require my attention here. It wouldn't be the best option to leave it behind, even for a few days.
Then maybe it wouldn't hurt to go out for one night?
That's what I'm thinking, but Captain would go against it. She'd have someone chaperone me.
That's ridiculous. I doubt that anyone will even go after you.
My thoughts exactly, dear. Are you cold?
A little.
I'm sorry. I know it can get a little cold here during the nights. Here. There we go.
Thank you.
Will you be accompanying me, Lady Anne?
If you'll allow me, Prince Zayn.
Then tomorrow, we'll sneak out in the late hours of the night. We'll visit Parc de Lilas, and I'll show you the clock tower.
Is that the big clock everyone speaks of?
It is.
Then I'll meet you in the courtyard behind the tall evergreens.
I couldn't have picked a better place. I love you.
I love you too.
If I'm going to sneak out, I need to be careful of the mercenaries. None may know of my disappearance. I have to act as though I normally do. If there isn't a reason for suspicion, I wouldn't need to be bothered with in the late hours of the night. That's it. No one needs to know.
Hey there. You are listening to episode 23 of He Who Forsakes the Crown. Hi guys, oh my gosh, I missed you. Did you miss me? Did you miss my story? Because I said I'd be back. If you didn't believe me, then I don't really blame you. But I always knew I was coming back. We took a pretty substantial break, and I took it for good reasons because there were a lot of things on the list that needed to be done that weren't going to get done if I was always going to have the next episode right in front of me. So just to make your conscience feel a little better and know that I wasn't just sitting on my ass the whole time, here are some things that I got done during our break. The novelization and actual writing of Hufsa is officially complete. We've been complete as of June, I believe. The entire third act, I forget, I think it was around 88,000 words. Just the third act. Of course, not all those words get voice acted. A lot of it's narration describing trees and stuff. But 88,000 words, and I really hope I did her justice. When I finished writing it, of course I had to take it to my VAs, had to get some scripts recorded. So we've been recording, we've been getting it done, they're showing up, and I'm so grateful for them all the time. We've got some new faces during this act, I hope you enjoy them as much as I do. And I've been working on a lot of other promotional materials, a new trailer, new promotional art, just really trying to freshen things up, make us look good. New cover, of course, revamped website, because this is it, guys, Hufsa's ending. Right now, I believe there to be 37 episodes completely. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm gonna split an episode or two, so it might be 38, but 37 is what it's looking like right now. And I'm scared, and I'm excited, and you can be both those things at the same time. So if you're here, I just want to thank you for being here. I hope that my story is worth sticking around for, and I'm glad to be back. So hey, if you're enjoying the story and you haven't already, please follow us on social media. Boost those numbers, give us a rating. You can find us at Chapter 15 Studios on Instagram, Tumblr, TikTok, Twitter. It's going to be CH15 Studios. To be honest, I haven't checked if I can change that to be the same as the rest of them. But at this point, why? Send it to your friends. Tell your friends. Be like, there's this amazing podcast where the characters just go on and on and on. And I'm rambling, so I'm going to stop that. Because that's all I really have to say for this episode. And there will be many other episodes for us to talk again. So welcome to Act 3. Hope you enjoy it. And I'll catch you next month. Bye-bye.
Kuro?
Captain?
Despite the several nights that have passed, I still worry for him. He constantly looks frail, tired, weak. He spends most of his time staring off into space, whether he's looking out of his window or in the garden. After the castle doctor deemed him unwell, he's been forced to take a break from any strenuous activity until he started the recovery process. I came to check on you.
I promise you, Captain. I said I was fine.
We all say that when we're hurting.
What?
Do you mind if I sit?
Not at all.
What'd they do to you?
What do you mean?
They did something to you. You wouldn't have been stuck in there if they didn't.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Kuro, you can talk to me. They did something to me too.
What?
I'm here for you. Just like you were for me.
What did they do to you?
That's a rough subject.
Tell me about it.
Just know that what they did to me evokes the same fear you feel.
Fire, Captain. What did they do to you?
It's not worth mentioning.
Then how am I supposed to know?
To know?
To rid myself of this fear.
You're right.
I'm right?
Please don't tell the others.
Only if you don't tell them what happened to me.
I promise. It happened several years ago. Before I came to DuPont, I was held as a prisoner for a crime that I didn't commit. Despite being in the Royal Guard, I wasn't to be trusted. The Chimeras deemed me inadequate. My existence bothered them, and I was forced to bear trials that not many would wish to endure during their lifetime.
Take it slow.
I'm trying.
What was the crime?
I was forced out into the street, tied down and helpless. You remember, in Kilahara, if a criminal was found and publicly shamed, anyone could do anything to shame them further.
Oh, God.
I was left out there for weeks, with barely anything to eat. All the women there were starving, being used and abused and left for dead. However, I was an exception.
An exception?
I was a royal guard, one of high standing. If I survived the month, they'd have me killed.
Did you escape?
Not yet. After I survived the month, they...
You don't have to say it, Captain.
I was sentenced to burn.
I understand where you got the fear. You're still alive, though, without a single burn. How did you avoid it, Cap?
I didn't.
What?
I was burned alive.
Then how are you still living? You look unscathed.
That's a question for another time.
It must have been a blessing. From Reinach.
I guess you could say that.
I guess it's my turn, isn't it?
Why did you sacrifice yourself?
Kasume was injured. He had a pretty nasty gash on his leg. My hope was to make it out with him, but there were too many guards.
I didn't know he was injured.
He's a pretty tough kid. I don't even think I was that tough when I joined the academy. But Captain...
Yes?
Don't let everyone be too rough on him. He's still a kid. He couldn't control getting cut. I only did it because I see him as the little brother I never had. You know, it's rough being the 9th child in the family. Especially in a family of girls. I know I rough him up every once in a while, but he's a good kid. With a few more years of training, he'll probably surpass you. Once they captured me, I said nothing. I wouldn't betray DuPont, even if it isn't my homeland. They tried poking and prodding me with knives, threatening to kill me. On a few occasions, they even beat me. It felt like months went by, but it was barely a few hours. I kept choosing not to speak. I didn't eat. I didn't drink. I just stayed silent. But a priest came. One of August. He gave me a final prayer and told me to confess my sins. He said that it would take the weight off my back whilst entering the void, and that confessing will make me reincarnate faster. I thought maybe hearing those words would feel comforting, but they didn't. You'd think that me, out of all people, would find comfort in religion. Those words were empty. I didn't believe him at first. I wasn't going to die, was I? That day, I was thrown into that pit. They put me in that cage, restraining me. They didn't want me to get out. I couldn't. I barely had the strength to speak. For the days you were gone, they dumped water over me. Sometimes it was bucket after bucket. Sometimes it was maybe a bucket per hour. I only had the sunlight to keep me company. The only thing I could fix on was the water. I could barely look up. Once the water got over my ankles, I felt it. I was going to die. No one was going to save me, and that the water was going to creep up my body and into my lungs. As days went by, I could feel my fear build up and rise with the water. I tried screaming for help, for somebody, anybody to come. Yet no one came. I lost track of time, only seeing occasional darkness and light. That was just my luck, wasn't it? Luckily, the two of you came in time. I don't know what would have happened if I stayed any longer in there. In the moment that you found me, I swore my loyalty to DuPont. I'll never betray, no matter the circumstances. Kilahara is an awful place, and I don't think I'd ever want to go back there.
Yeah, I understand how that feels.
Yeah. I thought that talking about it would make me feel better.
I'm sorry.
It made me feel worse.
Kuro,
I've seen things that men shouldn't in their lifetime. I've seen how people act. This world is dangerous. You see what's happening to me? They're trying to break me, even outside of the cage. Each day the water rises. Slowly it'll fill up your lungs. Every single day when I wake up, I feel like I'm drowning. I wake up terrified that the water is inches away from my face, threatening to swallow me.
Things will get better with time. You just have to allow yourself to heal. Each and every one of us are here for you at any moment in time. You got that? Don't ever hesitate to come to one of us for help.
Sayoko,
Yes, Kuro?
you're not a criminal. And you didn't deserve to go through all of that. You're a good person. And an even better captain.
Thank you, Kuro. Look alive.
Yes?
Are you alive in there?
Riley? Is that you?
Yeah, who else could it be?
I could think of a few people. What's up?
Will you be joining us for dinner?
What's in the hall?
Cornish hen.
Alive or dead?
Dead, Kuro. They also have potatoes au gratin.
Sounds tempting. I'll be down in a few.
All right.
You go on before me, Captain. I don't think you'll be very interested in me if I took off my shirt. Unless...
Okay, I'm leaving.
Oh, you know I'm only joking, Cap.
I know.
I don't mean any of it.
I know. He was just like me.
Under the brisk rays of moonlight, two lovers will meet. For their height of destiny will fall beneath their feet. I snuck out of the side entrance, making my way around the courtyard. The castle was dead asleep. Not a single sound could be heard. Quickly, I scurried from bush to bush, finally making it to the largest evergreen. I laid my back against the tree, hoping that no one could see me. From the glimpses of moonlight, I saw him approach. From a distance, you could barely tell that he was from royalty. However, up close, ordinary colors such as black and white give him such a strong, regal look.
Mademoiselle,
Your Highness,
shall we?
we shall. It was a strange feeling walking down the street with Zayn. I know that I've gone out with him before, but it feels so exhilarating. Don't get me wrong, I love having our little rendezvous in the castle, but it's a breath of fresh air to actually go out with him. So where are we headed?
We're going au nord de la capitale.
Ooh, that sounds fancy. What's so funny?
Oh, it's nothing, dear.
Are you sure?
I'm just glad to have you by my side.
Now you're just buttering me up.
I'm being honest.
Then honest you'll be. Nights in DuPont were truly incredible. This place looked like a wonderland. I never really went out at night to observe because, well, it's dangerous for women to be alone at night. There's really no one around.
It's late, dear. There isn't much of an appeal when it comes to going out at night.
Why's that? It's beautiful out.
No one is ever awake to do anything. Unless you're us.
Where are we?
Le Quartier des Jardins. I thought I'd take a little detour.
This place is beautiful.
Have you ever truly wandered around DuPont? You seem to find every place radiant and beautiful.
How could I not? I've never seen anything like this before.
I'll take that as a compliment to myself.
And why's that?
Someone had to rebuild all those years ago.
I suppose you fixed everything brick by brick?
Well, no, but I did map out how the city should have been rebuilt and what measures needed to be taken to rebuild it.
When did you do all of this?
I believe I was 17?
You rebuilt an entire city at 17?
Someone had to do it.
How did you even manage that?
Well, my father was away, and he obviously didn't have plans to go and fix the city, so I did it myself. You can't run a place properly if everything is in chaos.
I suppose you're right.
There were many structures that were still intact, so we decided to keep them. Many of these places were rebuilt, and I think you can see where I've had my say in places.
I see. You must really like plants.
That I do.
I've always wondered why. You seem to really enjoy the garden.
Allow me to enlighten you. Despite growing up practically indoors, everything seemed, well, perfect. Too perfect.
Huh.
I'm serious. Everything is expected to be a certain way. Nothing more, nothing less. It's quite suffocating, if I'm honest. Any imperfections aren't allowed. We only want the best of the best. However, There's more of an organic feeling with plants. They can be trained, yes, but no matter how much you train them, they'll still grow as they like.
Then they're like you a lot.
Yeah, I guess you could say that. And you're a lot like a flower.
A flower? What kind?
Easy. White rose.
White roses? I think I'd see you more as a white rose.
I see myself more as a rhododendron, preferably in violet.
I don't even know what that is.
They're flowers.
Well, yeah.
Oh, come on now. Let me see that smile of yours.
Zayn, stop!
Put your hand down, Rilliane. I want to see your smile. There it is. We should get going. If not, it'll be dawn by the time we reach the clock.
Right. Right.
We're almost there. You should be able to see the clock.
Is that it?
Part of it.
Kitty? Rude. Zayn, He wasn't there. Surely he must have wandered off. Wait. That's not like him. He's nowhere to be seen. Is he playing a joke? It could just be another ruse to make me smile. However, I have a bad feeling about this. Zayn? Zayn! He couldn't have gone far, could he? I was only gone for a few seconds. Zayn?
Annie,
Jason?
what are you doing out here so late?
That's none of your business.
It is my business when a lady of high standing is alone, especially by herself in the middle of the night. Please, let me escort you back.
I don't understand what's your obsession with me.
I'm not obsessed with you. No. I'm obsessed with what you can do for me.
Ugh! What is wrong with you?
Absolutely nothing. I'm just paying you for my gratitude.
You have a funny way of showing it.
Run along now and be a respectful lady at the castle. I swear I'll go easy on you.
Where is he?
Whatever are you talking about?
You have him, don't you?
And what if we do?
I'll call the guards.
And where are they? Be the domestic woman you are and run along now. I'm sure that there are meals you must cook and places you must clean.
Tell me! Tell me!
You want to know so badly? Fine.
He Who Forsakes the Crown is an audio drama, written and produced by Chapter 15 Studios. This episode featuring the vocal talents of Eric Smith, Chara Lynn, Julia Orsborn, Ranger H. Fox, Amy Miller, Bella Cherish, Rodrigo Tamayo, Sabrina May, and Cassius Hodges. He Who Forsakes the Crown will return with episode 24 next month.